Hi, my name is Claire Kovarik. I'm part of the group at Valparaiso University, along with students Anand, Michael&Agrawal, William Bakke, and J.D. Snidoff, mentored by Professors Gibson Even, Professor Stanislaus, Professor Kedke, Professor Grosnick, and Mr. Nord. This summer, we worked in collaboration with the STAR experiment. Our focus within the STAR collaboration was to study the gluon contribution to the spin of the proton. Our research focused on studying the asymmetry of the neutral pions produced from proton-proton collisions. Using data from the electromagnetic Endcap calorimeter, or the EEMC, on the STAR detector, an invariant mass plot is created for pion candidates of a certain PT, or transverse momentum. These plots are then fitted with a skewed Gaussian function and one of two different background functions: a Chebyshev polynomial, or a modified Planck function. After these plots are fitted, we are able to integrate the red pi0 peak to find the total number of pi zeros present in the collision. We then use the number of pions produced in each spin state to determine the pi0 asymmetry, or ALO, using this equation. The analysis of the data is in the final stages, so quality assurance of the data was necessary to assure good runs were used. QA was executed for collider fills, or a group of runs, as well as individual runs. A C++ script was used to look at key parameters, such as the number of towers hit, the pi0 mass, and signal fraction. From past findings of the data and our recent graphs, we knew that the pi0 mass would decline over time because of radiation damages the detector took over the course of data taking. Pi0 mass was the specific parameter we used to determine if our run or fill is good or bad. The specific reason for this decline was the statistic calibration that is done at the beginning of the data taking, which doesn't account for the subsequent damages to the detector. The green trend line in the data shows the periodic decline of the value of the pi0 mass over time. We used two references for our QA. The first one was the particular trend line, and the other was the standard deviation of the individually flagged runs. Hence, we reanalyzed the individually flagged runs and compared the fill-by-fill QA results to the run-by-run QA results, determining which runs to be removed. The false asymmetries were used to check the relative luminosity determinations. These values are expected to be 0. The polarization and relative luminosity parameters in the calculations are weighted averages for fills. They are weighted using the number of triggers in the run. The false asymmetries were completed on a fill-by-fill basis, using both a modified Planck and a Chebyshev polynomial background function. There are 4 different false asymmetries: blue and yellow beam single spin symmetries, like spin double spin symmetry, unlike spin double spin symmetry. In figures 8 and 9, the Chebyshev background fit was used, and the error of the number of pi zeros, n, was determined using the square root of the number of pi zeros. The false asymmetries are consistent with 0, suggesting that the relative luminosities are well understood. We're currently finalizing the analysis now and hope to be able to present the final asymmetries soon. We are also preparing the results for publication and have begun follow-up work on an even larger data set. We'd be happy to meet with you at the poster session, have a conversation, and to answer any other questions you might have.